Welcome to the Seaman Podcast, a show where artists and musicians with an axe to grind throw things deep into the abyss of the Seaman. Transphobia, racism, ableism, anti-Semitism, sexism, and homophobia, it all gets dumped on the trash! How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the motherfucking Seaman Podcast. It's me, everyone's favourite, big, voluptuous, delicious daddy, the Right Reverend. It's Big Tasty. I couldn't be here last week because I had a very lovely man called Dr. Tumia prying my eyeball open with some metal hooks and just all out molesting my eyeball with various micro instruments. And then I used that as an excuse to be lazy for the next few days. So that's why I couldn't record an episode. But this week, I am here. So ignore all that I just said and listen to this bit. Because I'm talking to someone who I've known her for a while. We've spoken a little bit. But this is the first time we're having a proper chat. But it's acclaimed and world-renowned singer-songwriter Harrison Rimmer. You can listen to his new record called Larcombe on Spotify and all these other places. It's doing really well. He's fucking class. You've been killing it lately. It's Harrison Rimmer. How you doing, bud?
I'm good, thank you, buddy. How are you?
I'm alright, mate. I'm just sitting in my pants, you know, as I do.
Still got the knees out today, have we?
Yeah, if you could see, I'm being blinded by the pasty white porcelain of my fucking knees.
I feel that, man. I'm so pale. I'm literally as pale as the moon, I am.
Pale as the moon?
Pale as the moon, some might say.
Jesus. You think the moon would at least get a tan, seeing as it's always got like one side just being cunted by the sun?
Man, I think it's just secretly ginger deep down. We just can't see it.
Ginger moon.
Yeah.
The moon is made of ginger. Fuck the moon being made of cheese.
Yeah, it's fucking ginger, man.
How you been, man? You doing alright?
Doing good, man. All the further speaking to you. It's actually really cool to be on this podcast. Being a fan for a while, it's quite cool.
I was just saying that Dave, our mutual friend Dave, who sometimes thumps the tubs or cajon for you.
Yes,
he was on before, and he's been saying for ages, he's like, when are you going to get Harrison on?
Yeah, oh, good old Dave. It's like, he's been saying, emails time. I'm like, okay, I'll get in touch. Calm down, Dave. It's fine. Just hit the box and drink your beer. It's fine.
Yeah. Hit your little wooden box in various places.
I call it his magical box. It's a box of magical things.
Cajons are mad. I like how they were like, right, we need like a drum kit for acoustic guitar players.
Yeah.
Like, well, drummers are ADHD, will make anything out of anything. Just give them a wooden box and they'll figure it out themselves. Honestly,
if you get a chance to see Dave with his magic cajon, it produces DJ samples, it does full-on kit sounds, it even speaks to me.
It speaks to you?
Yeah.
What kind of accent does it have?
Like a robotic, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
Like a really bad... What's that guy who did the Usher song with him? Oh... T-Pain.
Lil Jon.
Yeah, bad Lil Jon. Like a really robotic Lil Jon going, yeah! Yeah! But less soulful and more craft work.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Did you ever have those like shit keyboards in like music class when you were in school that would be like, come on?
Oh, mate, all the time.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like going down the keys, so just all the different noises.
Yeah. Dictionary. Dictionary.
I learned some fun facts about Rick Astley, by the way, with speaking of those keyboards. Did you know in that bit, and never gonna give, that's not a keyboard.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, like they sampled that little bit and it was...
And there's that little section.
Just played it on the board.
Yeah.
I feel cheated.
Sorry, man. I'm trying to expand the Rick-rollingness to new levels.
Yeah, I thought Astley had just magical sort of self-glitching powers.
I mean, he's a fellow ginger as well, so that's probably in there somewhere, you know.
He is.
Yeah.
He's gone for a weird sort of renaissance lately, like kind of like a Matthew McConaughey reconnaissance, but it's an Astley-sance.
Yeah, at least he doesn't go a bit too preachy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think because he did that song and he made enough money and he was like, right, I'm going to go be a good dad and just live my life. And then he was like, you know what? I think I got more to give.
Yeah, he's never going to give us up, man.
No, he's never going to let us down.
He's never going to turn around or desert us.
No, not anymore. He's back for good now.
Yeah.
That's a different band.
Close enough.
Yeah, I think Dave Grohl got on his ear and was like, there's more money to be made after one single. You could just make more. And Nasty was like, really? Fuck me.
I can make more than one song. I can be a 2-hit wonder.
Do you like Dave Grohl?
I do. I know from what I was speaking to Dave, like, it's a bit questionable. I thought everyone loves Dave Grohl. But for me, growing up, like, I loved Nirvana, I loved Probot, and I loved Foo Fighters. So it's like, I think what I loved about the first album was the fact they just played everything himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking prick.
Yeah, and I was what an asshole. I mean, I then tried to emulate that on my EP C, where I was like, I can fucking play the guitar, drums, bass, and I will sing on it all. And I did. Like an asshole. And, it's just, I love Dave Grohl. But I can see why people...
He's a point of contention on the C-Bin.
Yeah.
Because, like, half the guests seem to love him, and then half the guests seem to think he's a giant tip.
Yeah. I could see both sides of the argument, I guess. Like, he's just being overly nice, and actually that nice, I mean, I like to think he's nice.
Yeah, I think, like, most punks, once you, like once they see someone get to a certain level of superstar millionaire...
Yeah.
They just immediately switch off and go, no, I don't care what this guy has to say
anymore. You don't scream
anymore,
man. Fuck that shit. Yeah.
I feel like every Foo Fighters album has like one song that's like, oh yeah, that's
he's still got it.
Oh, that's wet.
Yeah. It was like, I mean, I liked I enjoyed the Dreamer album was really good, but also really the last album for me, The Medicine at Midnight. I just thought it just lacked something for me. I mean, I loved like The Colour and the Shape era and like All My Life and that sort of stuff. Wasting Life for me is the best album.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but I can see also why people don't like the newer stuff, because it's just, they've been going for 25 years now? 26?
God, it's got to be more than that.
Yeah, long time. I suppose like people fall in love with Metallica, happens. Like you couldn't wait to go, oh, that's kind of cool, but like you then go back to Masters or Ride the Lightning, you go, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. Do you think we'll ever get to that point in our careers where people are just like, they just ain't hitting it anymore?
Yeah, it happens to all of us, man. I'd like to think that, like, we'll live on, but, everyone's got their haters, man. If Tay-Tay's got haters, we're going to have some haters.
Jeff Buckley had the right idea. Just make, like, the best album ever and then just die mysteriously.
Go for a swim. Never appear.
Go for a swim.
No, I'm going to throw a conspiracy theory out here. Just like a random off-the-cuff one. Why not?
Go on then.
He's Crush in Finding Nemo. Disappears out of nowhere. Comes back as Crush the Turtle in Finding Nemo.
Or like Jeff Buckley, like animorphed into Crush.
Yeah. Why not? If we have lizard people, we can have people turning into turtles.
Fair play. Yeah, I could take that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just spread that around like wildfire.
Yeah, you heard it here first, people.
Boom.
Jeff Buckley is Crush. An animated turtle.
Like, do you remember that advert from like the 90s? And like, from the imagination of Disney Pixar.
Yeah. From the creators that brought you Toy Story and Monsters, Inc.
comes Jeff Buckley as Crush. It sounds like a South Park episode, that. You remember it was like, what's that? Jeff Goldblum becomes a carrot. Someone becomes a fucking carrot. Who was it? Someone on South Park.
I don't know.
Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider in Deep.
I'm imagining like we got the technology, we focused on this for years. We got Jeff Buckley's soul, we extracted it from the afterlife, and we transplanted it into this computer-generated turtle, and he gave the performance of a lifetime.
Dude, that's totally awesome, bro.
And then we released his soul, never to be seen again.
It's like a bad version of Scientology, isn't it?
Yeah. Fucking out. Right, on that note, shall we throw some things in a bin?
Yeah, let's do it. Speaking of the sea.
Yeah, speaking of the sea and turtles and Jeff Buckley.
Yeah. All links in somehow.
Yeah, always things. Right. Yeah. What's your first bin, my friend?
First bin has to be ulcers.
What's wrong with ulcers, man? I see nothing wrong with an ulcer.
Man, they're just so painful and annoying. It's like I've just come off the back of an ulcer on my vocal cords, which was just like, it was so inconvenient because like there's different ways for the body to tell you you're tired than be like, haha, here's a lump that you can't really feel or see, and you overthink.
Yeah. I had a plan. I don't know if you could tell from my first statement there. I had a plan where I was going to try and gaslight you into thinking that ulcers were totally fine. Throughout that, I was going to like just play it off. Like, what are you talking about? Like, ulcers are great. Like, I love how I've got like 3 of them right now.
Mate, it made me feel great about myself, like Mr. T. But like, no, it's like, you know.
Yeah, but no, I can't do that to you, and I can't lie about my true feelings of ulcers because they suck.
They do suck, man. I was going for a safe C bin there. I was trying to go see if it was like a safe one.
Yeah, and they just appear everywhere. Like, because I've got a very sensitive tummy, so if I eat too much spicy food, I get like a stomach ulcer.
Oh man,
which is shit because I love spicy food's tasty and I want to eat it.
Delicious, man. It's delicious.
But I turn into that gangster from Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah.
I was like Ed and Eddie, but Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
No, from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, man.
I turn into that guy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
and do you get the thing where you get mouth ulcers? They come in like groups of 3.
Yeah.
Like, you don't just get one. There's like one on the tongue, one on each side.
Oh man. I had one. I've currently got one on the back, and then I've got another one forming somewhere else, and then I had one in my throat for a while, which is now gone. So that's just been a real calamity of shit. And just I can't.
Yeah.
I miss eating salt and vinegar crisps sometimes. Like you know.
Yeah, man. But you could suffer for the joy. I mean, could you think with mouth ulcers you could find any joy in salt and vinegar? Like once you get through the sting, or would it all just be pain?
I mean, it's all risk and reward, isn't it? Really. I mean, you got the risk of the pain, but the reward of the crisp.
Yeah, and you could deep throat some strepsils, but then you're not really going to taste the salt and vinegar, are you? Because you're just going to taste the.
This is the part where Dave would shout at me if we talked about strepsils again because he told me off having too many strepsils.
Oh really? What were you having like?
I was popping them like they were candies, man.
Oh man!
I know, man. I'm all about the strepsils, bro. Give me the purple ones, man. The ultra ones, man. But I was literally after a gig like pop one. It's like no, stop it.
Yeah, I mean, they do help, but I've never had a strepsil and been like, yeah, that did exactly what I expected it to do.
It's like a gradual thing that you don't really appreciate at the time. It's like parenting, really.
Yeah, but it just numbs the rest of the mouth. I just want it to numb the bit I don't want it.
Yeah. I suppose the honey one doesn't really do too much. Like that tastes kind of nice.
It does taste nice. When I was, one of the biggest shames ever is that Monlithian. We played Norway once before.
Awesome.
On this tour, and then we were invited back to this venue for this festival. It's like the first time we were ever like flown out to a show.
Yeah.
And this was like a big deal for us because when me and Shannon started Monolithian, it was like one day we're going to play Norway because Shannon was obsessed with Norwegian culture and stuff like that. So like, right, cool. Our second time back, we're being flown out for this big festival show, and then I get tonsillitis and uvulitis both at the same time.
Dude.
And my throat was like bleeding, like I couldn't talk. Like it was like I'd get like drips of blood in my spit running down my mouth if I spoke too much. Like, but I had to be like do my death metal stuff. Yeah. So I'm like gargling cocodamol, and basically like the only thing I ate for 2 days was just strepsils.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that, man. I feel that.
Yeah, that shit fucks you up. I do think that I lost about 50% of my vocal.
Just from that,
because of that, from that thing. I've never really felt quite the same after that. But
it's kind of weird, isn't it? Like vocal injuries are so strange because you can't see what's going on. A lot of it's based on feel, and there's like trying to explain to someone how you're feeling in terms of your vocal cord. If you look at what a vocal cord is, it's literally just like 2 bits of skin that looks a bit like a vagina, and it just comes together, and that's it.
Yeah, it's just this little neckussy.
Neckussy, yeah. Straight in the neckussy.
Have you seen the video of the vocalist from the death metal band Lorna Shore getting a camera shoved down his throat?
Dude, yeah, I saw that, and I was watching that in preemptive of getting one down mine, and it was just like, yeah. His neck muscles, like, holy shit.
Yeah, just what that throat do, man. You see what that throat do, it twists around.
Oh my god, and like the thing's just like sat there going, hello. It's like, the neck muscles confined, but the little guy's like, hello.
Yeah, I recommend anyone listening to this who hasn't seen it, go on YouTube and type in Lorna Shore, like, throat, whatever. It's like one of the most impressive death metal vocalists ever, and they stick this micro camera down his schnoz and into his neck, and to see his little neckussy twitching and scrunching up as he's going, is one of the most impressive things you could ever see, and quite arousing.
It's quite something to behold, really. That's all I can really say.
Yeah, for sure. What's your opinion on like Bonjela for an ulcer?
I'm currently on the Bonjela right now, and I'd say it does work. I mean, the bastard stings. It's like it tastes it's with aniseed, so it tastes a bit like kind of a shot of sambuca, but then it's just the pain afterwards. So like, I'm alright with it.
Could they not have flavoured it with anything better than fucking aniseed?
I mean, I used to love. I do like aniseed, to be fair to my sins. But I mean, if
interview's over.
I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry, man. I'll just go find Jeff Buckley and become Crush. It's fine. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's just like, you think they go like banana flavour or something like that, you know? Bonjela for kids.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate banana flavoured. That make it just like mint, like spearmint flavoured or something.
So it turns out I can't produce Bonjela flavours for the C-Bin podcast. Sorry, man.
No, they can. Fucking banana flavour.
I mean, it's like
I'll take aniseed over banana flavour.
Really?
Yeah, easy.
What about strawberry?
Oh, I love a bit of straws.
There you go, bit of straws.
Yeah, I still love a bit of straws. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Just daydreaming about strawberries now.
Oh, it's like a nice field. You have to get some cream and some strawberries. Nom 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 nom.
Yeah, that's the best thing about driving to like Portsmouth or something in the summertime is you drive past Stonehenge where they're selling all the strawberries at the side of the road, and they're like the size of fucking apples.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
There's nothing better.
Damn.
I mean, but my best fruit experience of driving by the road is in Australia. I was driving through Queensland to get to Cairns. I was just driving past this banana farm, and they're selling bananas
farm.
Oh man, it's beautiful. Fresh bananas by the side of the road. Chuck $1 in, off you pop, and it's just beautiful.
I love a banana.
Yeah.
I always was really disappointed as a kid when they'd say, "Oh, you can't eat more than X bananas because you get too much potassium."
Yeah.
But it's just the cunts eating green bananas. If you eat ripe bananas, you can eat as many as you fucking
Eat as much as you want, yeah. Then stick it in some bread and then off you pop.
Yeah, exactly. Chomp chomp chomp.
Chomp chomp.
I think I'm gonna have to throw ulcers in the bin. I can't. We could sit here and bullshit about strepsils and Bonjela and Jeff Buckley as much as we want, but it's got to go in, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
So listen for the splash. In it goes. Ulcers are gone. No redeeming quality apart
Boom.
from to humble us from our hubris of overextending ourselves.
Yeah.
If anything, it's like its only positive thing is it gives us a warning sign that we're maybe burning the candle a bit too hard at both ends.
Yeah.
But also, can't the body just be like, give us a signal that isn't quite as fucking punishing?
Yeah. Be like something like, I don't know, like a little beep in your ears or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's like if like someone were to pull you over for speeding, they're like, right, just so you remember not to speed again, I'm going to cut your thumb off.
That was me thinking like just a casual assault with a nightstick, but go for the thumb. I like it.
Yeah. But then a casual assault with a nightstick is that's the American way.
That's true. That's true.
But, yeah,
America.
we can't be political, man. Even though we are.
God damn.
So one in, you got one finger. What's been the second?
Second one, this one might be a bit controversial for some people. I don't like the in-game purchases, like you're on a PlayStation 2, like an Xbox One or whatever. So like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 5.
PlayStation 2.
Mate, I've not gone past PlayStation 2 from that was the shit. My main issue with it is because like you buy the game, you buy the console, which is a mortgage anyway, and then you buy the game. And they go, you want to do more in this game? Buy more shit. Capitalism, woo! But then my issue comes because in my other job, a woman wanted to get a voucher for a grandson. It was a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 5, PlayStation voucher. And what happened was, she went, oh, you want to buy this to buy some skins on Fortnite? I was like, you buy stuff in games that's not part of the game? You use real money? Yeah. And I used this phrase on a 70-year-old woman saying, back in my day. I was like, oh my God, what have I become? What have I become?
Yeah, it's a bit mad. Like it's just crazy to think that, because obviously with the increase in graphics and like just the size of games now, like what people expect with like this huge, basically like where they build these like worlds that you can just free roam around on, like this, and like how much it takes to make that all look photorealistic and stuff. Obviously the price of games have gone up as well. So you're spending, let's say, £80 on a game. I don't know, I haven't bought a game in years. At least not one brand new. So like you spend £80 on a game, and then to play the game properly, you have to continuously buy, like download packs and stuff that are like another 20 quid, £40 for like new parts of the game.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what's
the point?
To me, that I think that's what really put me off getting into video games, because I used to play my PS2, but I was never really any good at it, and then I lost my eyesight, so I didn't play games at all. And then I got my eyesight back, and I was like, well, I don't really want to get into games because like the price of a game and then all its extensions, I could pretty much buy like a new guitar,
exactly,
or you know, go on a little holiday or whatever. So it's like, why bother?
Totally get it, man. It's like I stuck with PlayStation 2 just because I love that console. The games are good, and there's no extra. I don't know. The games are quite cheap at the moment, so you know. But it's like, I mean, with like Pokemon Go, for example, kids are like spending loads of money on extra Pokeballs and like, you know, rare candies and stuff. You know.
Yeah, I used to do that, I will say.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was partial to paying for a cheeky little ball or two, but you know.
Well, because at a certain point, I think I spoke about this on the show with my friend Cody a while ago, but in-app purchases on like Pokemon Go and stuff. But that was like the only thing that was really keeping me alive at one point. I was like so down. And it was the only thing dragging me out of bed and I could focus my attention on. So like I'd be like, well, I don't drink or do drugs anymore, so what people would spend on a night out like multiple times a week, I will spend a week on Pokemon, because it was whatever. And then at one point you have that sobering realization of like, oh god, what am I doing? Which did hit me, and I was like, okay, I'm going to delete this app from my phone now.
I can't lie to you, my realization came when I was trying to catch Charizard, and I spent money on about 100 Pokeballs, I think, or something like that. I was like, bloody hell, son. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the world is ending around us. If something brings us joy, I'm all for spending your money however you want to. So like a part of me is just like, you know, if you want, I'm not saying that you're wrong. If anyone's listening to this that buys the in-game purchases for video games, if it makes you happy and that's what you want to spend your hard-earned money on, I'm like totally fine. Like, do whatever you need. Like, I'd rather you do that than go out on the piss and like poison your body with some nastiness. Not to sound preachy, but I think it's just the companies that have made this like the gold standard of how things go from that now on. I think it's just a really scummy thing, because it's like, it's just the way it is. If you want to enjoy our thing, which we know you do, then you're gonna fucking pay for it. And also, it's like with kids that are playing it, like playing Fortnite, it's like, you want to be cool like your friends at school, you better get mum to buy you the Spider-Man skin for your character on Fortnite. And it's just like, I think any kind of capitalistic scummy forcing of the hand is just not right.
Not cool, dude.
It's
that weird balance that brings joy or lose your cheddar.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of just like, what else are you going to do? You know, we're forcing your hand. It's like when you go to a service station and everything is like twice as expensive anywhere else, because that's the only place you're going to get a snack or a drink while you're on the motorway. So either you pay it or you go hungry. So that whole thing of like capitalism having you by the balls has always been something that's always rubbed me really wrong.
I agree.
Yeah, not a fan.
No.
And it's the same with like food on trains and airplanes and all that stuff. Fuck them.
I still recall I was on the flight. I was on a flight to Germany not too long ago. I remember paying €5 for a beer. And I was just like, God damn it! It was a small can of Heineken as well. It wasn't even decent.
Yeah, I remember on that flight to Norway with Shannon, the one I was telling you about, like that she hadn't flown for ages and she was feeling quite nervous, so I bought her a few plain tinnies. And it was like 16 quid or something, €16 or krona for like whatever, like two small half stubbies of Heine. And I was like, motherfucker.
Norway is expensive as a country as a whole, man. I used to be able to speak it, so years ago I used to go to Oslo, Bergen, Stavanger and Tromsø for a while. And just over the price of stuff just was like, bloody hell.
Yeah, well, price, especially for someone like us, like where our income is so considerably lower than like a Norwegian's income, because like everything's expensive there, but also like their wages are higher.
That's true.
So it all kind of balances out. But when we travel there, everything's like, pardon me, like how much is it for a beer? like having to go to specialized beer shops to buy beer because it's like so expensive. It's just like holy mackerel. I mean, it's not a problem for me, but it was unbelievable how expensive that country is.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's got to go in. I think it's already in. I think I've spoken about this before, but maybe like a year or so ago.
Play.
So
Fair play.
I'm more than happy to give it a double dip. So listen with a splash. Video games that make you pay extra for a game that you've already bought. Suck a big bag of toes.
Yeah.
Unless you're into that, and then you can suck a finger.
Some cheesy, some what's it covered fingers.
Yeah, but someone else's cheese, like someone else's what's it fingers.
Yeah, man.
Nothing else brings me like dread like that thought.
Just someone else is like covered in cheesy what's it fingers with a bit.
Yeah, like someone who's been eating Doritos and like you know.
God.
Having to lick the Dorito dust off their finger. Don't know what.
Oh.
It's funny. It's funny, like what perspective does to you, right? Because when I was a kid, I might be exposing myself here a little bit, but I don't care. When I was a kid, like the grossest idea for me, like the grossest thing anyone could do was the idea of like someone spitting in your mouth or like spitting in someone's mouth.
Yeah.
And then you grow up to be an adult. And then you start having sex, and all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I think I like the idea of that.
Don't do that.
But outside the bedroom, I'm like, oh, don't do that.
So why would you
nasty.
do that, Mick? Come on, then. Not now.
Not now. You gotta be frisky first.
Buy me dinner.
I can't believe I just fucking said that.
It's all right.
It's okay. This is judgment-free zone.
Safe space. Safe space.
Yeah, safe space. It's fine. So we got 2 fingers in.
Boom. That's not covered in what's it.
No, clean fingers.
Clean fingers.
Yeah, freshly cleaned by Jeff Crushley. I think that's going to be the name of the episode. I think Jeff Crushley.
Jeff Crushley.
Yeah, he loves it.
Dude.
Right. So, bro, hallelujah. I'm going to quickly thank my patrons for this month. So thank you to Aiden, to Adam, to James, Kate, Christiane, Froggy, Spallbags, Timmy, Alex, Sniff, Jochen, C, B, Fee, and Peg, Rory, E.G., Jimmy, Mike, David, Will, Sarah, Matt, Ollie, Alex, Chris, Dale, Caroline, Dave, Will, and Cody. Thank you for supporting this episode this month. Legends. Thank you to Cold Press CBD. Once again, go to cold-press.io, use code SIMON10 in all caps for 10% off your first month's order of vegan CBD gummy bears. I highly recommend it. If you sort of struggle with mental illness or any kind of like trouble sleeping or stuff like that, or just feeling a bit grogged, I recommend just giving it a try, just even for a month, or just they have like a little week sample tube that you can get that's also pretty good. So just try it, see how you go, because a lot of people I know that have listened to the show have tried it and they said it works for them pretty well, and it works for me. Helps you get to sleep. I'm not here to be like a salesman, but I'm just letting you know that it is good stuff. I don't know, how do you feel about fake weed there, Harrison?
Yeah, it's cool, man. Whatever helps people, get on with it.
Yeah. Get on with it.
Yeah.
So I've been trying the last few episodes. I've been trying to. I've been kind of steering away from the classic Sebin questions because I was always afraid that it would all just become too stale because everyone would just know that shoes for poos and blah, blah, blah. So I've been doing different things, but now I feel like it's been a few episodes, so I thought now's the time to ask Harrison Rimmer the burning questions.
Fire away, good sir. Fire away.
So I guess the first question would be, if you had to have the ability to shit out perfectly edible, delicious, ice cold ice cream, or piss, steaming hot tea or coffee, whichever is your preference.
So can I choose
which one would you have?
Can I choose the tea or coffee before I piss? Or is it already is that set in stone?
What's that? Sorry.
So
you choose which one you want. You know what? Fuck it. No, you're Harrison fucking Rimmer. We'll give you a little dial.
Oh.
Maybe you can twist your nipple to
just the left one for coffee, right one for tea.
Yeah.
I'll go for that. That sounds that's quite handy to be fair, actually, because I do love. I'm partial to a
good
tip.
For parties.
Yeah. What?
Good for parties.
It's a great party trick. I mean, ice cream's more fun though, but I mean, I don't think I want to seem like try and push one out. Need lots of fibre.
Yeah. And this is this isn't like Mr. Whippy. This is like rock hard Haagen-Dazs back of the freezer for like a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? Like,
So you need lots of fibres to get it out, kind of thing. Like, smash a ball
yeah,
of
so I
brand.
think the ice cream requires more effort, but the reward is
Great.
probably maybe a bit more satisfying.
True, just don't eat nuts the day before. I'll go with the tea and coffee store. It's a sick choice, that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd have the best of both worlds, a bit of Miley Cyrus action.
You beat me to the punch, yeah, exactly.
Do you think you'd let people? Would you like offer people your beverages, or would you keep it purely for your own consumption?
Depends how well I know them. I don't like bust out in public, but 1 second, man, just go get a brew. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
got to keep it
But
simple.
would you let them know? Would you let them know?
So I keep it like a. Depends, actually. If it's certain friends, if they like tea and coffee, I would. But also if I'm drunk at a party, I'm probably like, do you want to see something cool?
As you like bust out a nice fucking latte with milk foam.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the ethics of that. Like, is it bad to offer someone a nice cup of tea that you've prepared with your genitals, like, but without them knowing? Like, is it bad to like have them drink cock tea non-consensually?
Well, I'd just call myself like cock tease. It's a whole new. Hey now. We could do like. I mean, it's like anything really. It's good to know if it's coming from a wholesome produce, man.
Yeah. It's like, look, I know this is the thing that I use for intercourse and normal wastage, but my urine happens to be perfectly FDA approved.
It's
delicious, perfect temperature tea. That's totally not from my bladder.
Yeah, man. It's just brewed naturally and like sourced locally. Beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is a gift, and I want to share my gift with the world.
It's like a shit version of The Boys, really, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Right. You know that Bigfoot's my boyfriend.
Of course, a Mothman in tights and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you had to choose a cryptid to have a sexual encounter with, who would you choose? But you can't choose Bigfoot because he's mine.
He's yours. Okay, fair enough.
I mean, you can if you want to, but I will be upset.
That's understandable. I mean, we could try and share, but I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, polyamory doesn't work for me and Bigfoot. We tried with Brendan Fraser, but it got a bit
happens, man.
Got a bit sticky.
Yeah, fair. All that hair and just off mess.
Yeah.
I thought about. Let's have a think. Yeah, leprechaun sounds like fun.
Is a leprechaun a cryptid?
Not too sure. Either that or Loch Ness, just because it sounds like that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, quite.
Good old
that's
Nessie.
like. Have you seen? Because it's so big. Excuse my dog's
It's
woofing.
all right.
You ever like seen like videos of fucking hell? What are they woofing?
It's all right.
Have you ever seen videos of like people who are like, I'm in love and I'm married to the Eiffel Tower?
Oh yeah, I've seen ones that are married to the car and stuff like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, people that are like, I am romantically entangled with a fairground roller coaster or something.
Yeah.
And they follow it around and like they'll be like, I need to connect with the Eiffel Tower, and they'll like put their vagina on it and they'll wait for their body temperatures to equalise.
What? That's mad.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, no shame, whatever you actually
Yeah,
have
whatever
makes
gets
you
you,
happy.
yeah.
Just don't slap your fanny on my house or anything. 'Cause I can't.
Man, this postcode really gets me, man.
Do you think anyone's like? Do you think anyone's ever like? I'm romantically entangled and I'm married to the New Cross Inn or something.
I reckon there's gotta be.
That's got to be a thing.
There must
But
be,
anyway,
I think.
where was I going with that? I feel like Nessie is so big it would be comparable to people that are married to fairground rides.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nessie just because she's probably partial to a ginger, I guess. Scotland there.
Yeah, exactly. She just, I'm assuming that Nessie's always been given she, her pronouns, so I'm assuming that Nessie's
I'm guessing so too.
lady.
Don't label her, but
Yeah, you could just that little hook where the neck meets the body. You can just sit yourself there and cuddle the neck
Quite
and
beautiful, really.
give her affirmations and just sail around the loch.
That sounds quite nice. Like a nice afternoon. That.
It's quite beautiful.
it's quite
isn't
beautiful,
it?
yeah.
It's quite. Make a nice Christmas card.
Very scenic, or maybe if you wanted like a cliche 70s prog rock album cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd really like it if the next Harrison Rimmer record, the front cover could be
Right.
you and Nessie just having a romantic cuddle and sail across the loch.
Could you see it like a little deck chair, Nessie in the water, have a little sandwich?
Yeah.
Sounds quite nice. That.
Oh, that's really nice. Right. I guess I would be amiss if I didn't say shoes for poos or poos for shoes.
One more time.
So it's shoes for poos or poos for shoes. So would you rather wear shit on your feet as shoes or have to poo out a shoe every day?
Shitter's shoes.
Shits for shoes?
Yeah, because it helps, you could fertilise the ground, I guess, in some way.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, be eco-friendly.
Yeah. Maybe you'd find some fame with it. You'd be known as the eco-punk that fertilises the ground with every step he takes.
With shit.
Yeah,
Talk
and people
shit,
come,
walk shit.
they offer you their poo.
That sounds quite,
We're all about normalising poo on this
I like
show.
it. I mean, everybody poops, man.
They do.
It's like when I'm in the... Sorry.
I was going to say, I think, everyone always chooses the shitting out the shoe, which to me just sounds traumatic. Like, no matter how big the shoe, I just feel like that's just,
I mean, poor bastard if you're wearing Converse, Christ. I'd have to unlace the whole lacing situation.
Yeah, but like people be like shitting out Doc Martens and New Rocks and...
I guess Doc Martens could hold more mass, I guess. You just go for it and then it's just sat there. You go, I can take it off now.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about you're actually like pooing out a Doc Marten.
But well, I can see the benefits. But I mean, it's not at least you're more in touch with the ground if you got shit for shoes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you wear poo on your feet.
I wear poo on my feet.
Yeah. When you die, if you could be reincarnated as any Pixar character. Coming back to our little Jeff Crushley.
Jeff Crushley.
Who would you be?
Jeff Crushley. Hands down.
You want to be... But the Jeff Buckley's soul's already inhabiting that.
We will battle. We'll have a soul battle. Nah.
This sea turtle, his mind is just an absolute frenzy. First he's got the mind of a sea turtle. Then he's got Jeff Buckley in there. Now he's got Harrison Rimmer in there. He's basically got fucking DID.
Which is why he's like, dude, totally awesome, brah.
Bro.
Either that or Sully.
Sully, that's a good one.
I love Sully.
Yeah.
I've just come back from Disney World, and I tell you something. Sully they put the Sully costume's huge.
Wow,
it's very tall.
Just a big guy walking around. Did you give him a hug?
Yes, I did.
Was he as
so
fluffy?
Like a big. Oh, I love it.
See, the thing is, I feel like I've been ruined because in my work. The last Sunday of every month, I have my fur meets. All the furries come and hang out at my work.
Fair play. So that's a proper.
I think if I hugged a really big furry thing, I'd just get like Vietnam flashbacks to being at work and the furries trying to hug me.
Respect, man. I feel that. I feel bad for the friends of these characters who walk around in those suits in Florida because the heat there is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I mean that's the cross you must bear.
Yeah, you want to be friends with Mickey Mouse, you got to get him, Mickey. You know what I mean? The 34-degree.
Yeah, you got to become one with the Mickey. You have to find Mickey, kill him, skin him.
Exactly.
Wear his meat as a uniform.
As a nice pelt and nice scarf.
Yeah, I was thinking about Monsters Inc. the other day, and it is like the most fucking ball-achingly hilarious Pixar film.
It's brilliant.
It's just so much funnier than the rest of them, and I think it's because Mike Wazowski is the most hilariously designed character ever.
Just an eyeball. It's just a ball.
Yeah, it's just an eyeball on a big green bollock.
Yeah, pretty much.
With proper skinny arms and legs, and just walks around, and yeah, I think it also echoes back to Tom. Like in Tom and Jerry, where Tom would get his tail stuck in a mousetrap and go
yeah.
Like when Mike Wazowski fucking gets his hand bit and goes that's that same little button in my head that itches that little funny scratch.
It's such a great film. I mean, do you see the little TV show they did for it as well?
I watched a little bit, but I just
too much.
Yeah, I just can't get into watching TV shows in a minute, man.
Fair play. No, I mean, for me, Monsters Inc. is great. I love, obviously, Finding Nemo. Coco's very good if you guys watch Coco. Good Pixar.
Mm-hmm. Make you cry though.
Oh, I've cried.
I feel like Pixar have gone from let's be funny to be let's see how many times you can make people fucking cry and sob.
I'll tell you something. Went to watch the last Winnie the Pooh one with my partner in Australia, and she's like in a cinema, and I'm crying my eyes out like a baby, like, oh, so beautiful, and like she's like, what are you crying about? What?
Is this the Christopher Robin Winnie the Pooh one?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
It's just something about, because obviously like the voice actors are all a bit older now.
Yeah.
So like Winnie the Pooh sounds kind of older and frailer.
Yeah, he does.
And seeing him be like this little scruffy teddy bear, being like, "Oh, Christopher Robin,
You're
I'm
back.
old and I need honey. Oh, Robin."
Have you seen that video where the guy goes, "I'm going to go on the Winnie the Pooh diet, Winnie the Pooh for nothing but honey for a month," and he flash forward goes, "Oh bother!" I'm like, yeah. He's like a little Winnie the Pooh costume going rocking backwards and forwards.
Every time I think of Winnie the Pooh, there's a video of someone like doing Winnie the Pooh, and he's like, "They took my fucking eyes."
Have you seen?
That always.
To add to South Park for a second, have you seen when Randy Marsh kills Winnie the Pooh?
No.
Oh my god, it's brutal. Ruined your childhood right there. Don't watch it. Well, do watch it if you're curious, but I mean.
I'll look it up. Randy Marsh kills Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse in South Park is hilarious.
Oh, crikey. Right. Last one.
Okay.
This one is kind of an easy one to answer, but you never know. Sometimes we catch people off guard.
This is true. People being... was this a C-bin one or a question?
This is a C-bin one. And then no, this is a question, and then we'll get into a C-bin one.
Like it.
Right. Cum in the sink or sink in the cum?
Good question. So, that's an interesting way to phrase it. So, either I come in the sink, or there's already cum in the sink.
Let's say, like, you come in the sink,
Yep.
or you sink in the cum.
Oh, I'm coming in the sink.
Yeah. I think that's the... I always want to wait for the person that's like, oh my god, sink in the cum, of course.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like... As much as I love swimming, I don't want to swim with swimmers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Way too much
It's
protein.
too alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like jumping into a very eco-diverse pond.
Yeah, I feel
It's
like
there's too much living here for me to enjoy being in here.
yeah, it can't, I feel like I'd emerge like Danny DeVito and he burst out that couch and Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, like I must be clean.
Pure. Yeah, oh man, I feel like that. You know, but it's covered in like little swimmers that
Yeah.
might form a super sperm and then take you out like a transformer. Like Optimus Prime,
like-
Megatron, Optimus Prime, but sperm form.
I'm thinking it as like Gulliver's Travels, like you just like billions of tiny little cums like trying to take you down.
We found him. Hold him down.
Yeah, we must impregnate. Right. Well, thank you for answering all these
You're welcome.
questions.
Yeah, anytime, man.
Right. What's the third bin? Hit me with it.
The third bin was people being shitty to people in retail, hospitality, and theme parks.
Cool, because this is something we touched on before when I was talking to Sarah from the band Tiger Empress, but that was mainly to like people that were like front of house during the pandemic and stuff.
Oh man, yeah.
So this is more like widespread, like all retail and stuff.
Yeah.
I work in retail, so I can relate to this.
Same.
But give me the spiel.
So, my parents run a shop, and they've been running it for 15. Well, they've been running retail for 25 years, and I also help out in the shop sometimes too, doing deliveries. And a couple of times there's been just shitty customers who've just been rude for no reason. Like you go above and beyond for some people and they just treat you like crap. I mean, one time we're doing deliveries and a guy got his paper a bit late, and he called up and said, "Has there been an accident?" And bear in mind my dad was doing the delivery. And I said, "What do you mean there's been an accident?" He went, "Has there been an accident?" I was like, don't think so. Why? I'm down on the paper round. Went, "My paper's late." I was like, "It's a fucking paper. Chill out, dude."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like, you just get... Another one was at... again, a lot of Disney references in this one. At Disney World, a guy picked up a character without talking to the... They just picked him up and this just ruined the whole vibe. And he had to go at them for telling him off to pick up the character. It's like, what are you doing? Like, it's... You know, it's a person, not a machine, you know.
Yeah.
You know, or like, just... I see people in bars and go at people over the bar and stuff. It's just like, what are you doing, man? You know?
Yeah, like it's one of those things. It's like you can understand where these cunts are coming from, because they're frustrated and there's only one face they can communicate to.
Yeah.
And in a moment of anger, it's impossible to sort of comprehend that, like, this person is not the reason why everything's gone wrong. These are just the people that are paid the least to have to face you, because the people that are causing the trouble are in the offices hundreds of miles away.
Yeah,
like, they don't give a fuck. They make enough money from you that they pay someone peanuts to have to face your wrath.
Yeah.
So they don't, it's easy to forget that in the heat of the moment. But
It's true.
I think in moments like that, we need to, I think, teach kids from like a young age in school, like the hierarchy of like how businesses work, and that the people that work in the shops and in theme parks and in restaurants and anywhere are not the ones you should be angry with.
Yeah.
Like, they're just trying to help as best they can because they don't have any control, really.
Yeah, there's the middleman in a big cog, just a cog in a machine. That's all it is,
Yeah.
It's not their fault. They're just trying to do their best and let you have a good time, a good experience in the shop or the bar or whatever. They're just people, man, and just people being dicks. God, get some goat.
Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, like, I've met people that work in customer services that are equally cunty. Like, they come in with a bad attitude and they just, they'll treat customers like shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not like everyone that works in retail is a saint, not by any stretch, but it's just, they're all, we're all human beings. There's a reason why someone's going to be in a bad mood. There's a reason why someone's going to be having a hard time, probably because some customer's been a prick and it's ruined their whole day and now they can't get out of that funk.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So I think it's trying to separate people from the companies or from their uniform and look at them as human beings and try to communicate as one human to another.
Yeah.
Which is way easier said than done, especially in this world when we're so far removed from each other.
Oh man, like, you're just looking at your phone all the time. It's like the iPhone stuff, and like just or smartphone or whatever you use, and it's like, I'm feeling like this today. I want to do this. Oh, I'm going to buy this. And it's like,
Yeah, like, we're so connected. Like, the internet has made us so connected, but also made us so separate.
Yeah.
Like, it's become harder and harder to like communicate with strangers.
Oh, it's true.
Because it's been taken that necessity to communicate with strangers to get what we want has been removed from us so hard. That now it's easy to just be rude and thoughtless.
It's true. I mean, I took a break from. This is like last year. I took a break from my smartphone, social media. I took a break, and it's weird. It takes like a few weeks, like detox from it, kind of. Like you feel this urge to just check everything, but you take a little break and step back, and then you come back into it. It's like, oh wow, this is actually very addictive, and
Yeah. It's the thing. Like, if I leave the house without my phone, it's like I just keep having like panic moments when I'm checking my pocket and like, oh yeah, I left it at home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then the weird
Like,
sensation, like the
because-
leg vibrates for no reason.
Yeah, it's like a proper like documented, studied thing now. Like this sort of thing that people have sort of evolved and developed. This weird addiction and fear of losing the phone, and it's quite scary.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't have made a machine that can do literally anything we could ever want and give all the information that's ever been available ever.
Yeah. It's true.
That's beside the point.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, like. Couple of days ago, I had a customer come into my work who was very drunk and very high and homeless, and basically came in with a sort of handful of shrapnel, about £5 worth, and like threw it on the counter, so it just like scattered everywhere, and was like, food. And I was like, what kind of food would you want? And he's like, whatever £5 could get me. And I was like, well, all right, well, there's only a few things I can offer you at this level, whatever. And then he like picked up the tip jars and like emptied them onto the table as well. He was like, well, let that pay for the rest of it. And I had a moment where I was like, look, mate, I'm not going to talk to you until you start talking to me with some respect and treating my shop with some respect.
Of course, yeah.
He was like, no, just fucking get it through. And I was like, look, mate, honestly, respect, or this conversation's over.
Yeah.
And you can take your £5, you can go, or I'll have to remove you.
Yeah.
And then it was only when I spoke to him as a person and said, hey, look, this is you respect me, I'll respect you, that he actually calmed down and we managed to sort of resolve the situation.
True.
And I could help him. and then he was fine. But it's like it's little things like that, like don't face anger with anger.
Yeah.
Like just ask for like mutual respect and try to like dissolve the situation, and hopefully it should work.
Yeah, I mean, there's a trick my dad always told me, is like always lower, if the person's shouting, lower your voice so they could have to meet your level, you know. But
lower your voice, and also just like I found that like whenever like if it ever this only really seems to work with guys because men have a certain level of ego that is very fragile. So whenever I have a guy come into the store and they're kind of puffing their chest and being like trying to be the dominant like kind of like scare everyone into being dominant and stuff, just talk to them like a child. Just be like, are you okay? What's the matter? Like, what's got you so angry? Like, can we talk about this properly? Like, whenever, because I have people playing card games and stuff, and like Magic and Pokemon in the store, and whenever like an argument happens and the guys start like puffing their chest, I say, now, children, calm down, play nice, and then like all you got to do is that, and they realise they're being like silly, and then then it kind of hurts their ego to the point where they realise they're being stupid, and then they just start working properly. But yeah, I think anyone who comes in and just shoots the messenger so hard in retail and any kind of like public facing role, like really think about what you're doing and like who you're doing that to, and even if you can't see the human face behind that, then you're just a cunt, like you're just a fucking prick. It's got to go in the bin. It's going in the bin.
Splash.
Listen for the splash, in it goes, bang.
Boom.
3 for 3.
3 for 3, excellent.
Right, what's the last one you got for me, mate?
Last one I got for you. I was debating between, I sent you 5, so I'm trying to debate between do I keep on track with the Disney stuff, or do I go totally off field?
It's up to you, bud.
I think this could be the 5th one could be an interesting conversation point, I think. Since you talk about Jeff Crushley, let's throw this out in. Let's see what sort of discussion goes on in terms of the sea bin world. Why is it Goofy can talk, but Pluto can't?
Yeah.
Because they're both dogs.
They're both dogs. It's an argument as old as time.
Sorry, was that an intentional pun? Take it if it is. Aladdin, Be the Beast.
Absolutely was, but no. Basically, I think they just fucked up.
Yeah.
Or they probably thought kids wouldn't care or notice.
Possibly. Although, could it be a crush again situation, like a pre-crush, where someone got into Goofy?
One sentient dog.
Yeah.
But no, because if you watch the Goofy movie,
of course,
like there's loads of dogs that talk.
Yeah, they just forgot about Pluto.
I mean, the horrible reality is maybe, Pluto was just raised with raised mute, or they did like a sort of they just decided to raise him like a slave.
Mickey just went, you know what, I want a dog. I'm just going to kidnap this little pup and raise him in my office.
Mickey was just the most racist, horrible being ever. Decided to take a dog and was like, I'm going to treat you for what you are.
Like a warning to Goofy.
And then just put him in a kennel and was like, oh, jeez, Goof, you're different. You're my friend.
You want to see Max again?
You better shut your... Oh, no, this is getting into territory of horrible roleplay.
Oh, dear. But, sorry.
Yeah, no, I think... my logical brain is Disney probably thought, well, I don't think a kid's going to really notice or care.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you look at Arthur, the show Arthur, like, he's got a dog, and there's dogs in Arthur.
Oh, man. That's true.
So I guess this is just like some horrible multiverse where some animals, this is a bit Animal Farm, but like some animals are better than other animals.
Yeah.
Some are, 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. So yeah, I guess if an animal in one of these multiverses learns how to walk upright,
Aardvarks, man.
There's like Homo sapiens and chimpanzees. You know how like they're almost human, but like not quite.
They're close enough to be walking on two
Yeah,
legs.
close enough to like be scary if they start doing human things, or like close enough to wear a nappy and like smoke cigarettes and ride bicycles, but like not close enough to be a person in like with a job and a mortgage.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the same with Pluto and Goofy.
Bloody, I feel bad for Pluto, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean he seems alright.
He seems happy enough, but just
Yeah, he's got, you know,
he's a happy boy.
he's got his own doghouse, which is more than I could say. I don't have my own property.
Neither do I. Woo!
You know, and he's got Mickey Mouse as a landlord. Imagine that.
I mean, it could be a wonderful, magical time. Or, I mean, have you seen the new Mickey Mouse stuff? It's pretty crazy.
I haven't. No, I haven't been keeping abreast on.
They've changed Mickey. He's more anime kind of vibe.
More anime.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like he's just more like a. They shrunk him a little bit, and they.
All right. I just like the idea of Mickey coming and being like, "Oh my, Nani?"
I wouldn't be that mean. Give it time. That's probably out there somewhere. Oh, but it's a lot more energetic. I want to say. I come across
So
it like.
is it? I was gonna say, is this a conversational piece or is it like a Sebin thing? Are we trying to throw in
I don't know.
Pluto's sort of lack of civil rights in the Disney universe?
Oh no, because I love Pluto, but it's like the lack of civil rights for Pluto, I guess.
Yeah, no equality for the animals in the Disney universe.
Yeah, apart from if you're a mouse or a certain kind of dog, I guess.
Yeah, would you correct it that there's just like a feral naked human on a leash living in Mickey's back garden? No one no one questions it and it's totally normal.
Pretty much, yeah. I reckon it's like, you know, the greased up deaf guy from Family Guy.
Right, yeah.
I reckon it's that, like,
I feel
that kind of vibe.
I feel yeah. Right. I don't know. I feel like in a cartoon universe we shouldn't question
True.
physics.
True.
I mean, then we could be like, well, it doesn't make sense that he's a dog and Goofy's a dog, but it totally makes sense that their eyeballs can pop out and they can like,
drive a car.
the smell of pies on windows can make them float and stuff like that. You know.
I mean, whoa, you can't float when you smell pies. Cause I sometimes do float when I smell a pie. I'm like, ooh, it's a nice pie.
No, that's never. Maybe, but I am like twice the weight of you, so maybe that could be why I've got too much gravitational pull. The pies can't affect me in that way.
Oh, buddy, it's fine. You're beautiful, man.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Big tasty.
Yeah, I didn't mean it in a bad way.
No,
I'm just saying
I'm just paying you a
dense.
cheeky little compliment. That's all.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. A little kiss, do you want a little kiss on the neck?
It's beautiful. No, well, I don't make Bigfoot jealous now. It's okay.
No, he's alright. You know,
He gets it.
Yeah, he's in the woods right
Ah,
now.
fair
He's
play,
probably talking
fair
to
play.
a squirrel or something. You know.
Unless he's gone fishing, so we're all right.
Hey, yeah, Bigfoot and Nessie hanging out.
Yeah, Jay chilling, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But wife swap. So is this a bin thing, or is this just a point you wanted to raise?
I think it's the point I wanted to raise. Cause I forgot what the point was. I sent it on a text and then I've used my phone to do the audio and it's.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no. I think hold on. Let me find it. Let's find the last point you had. Please wait while we find the point.
Insert interlude
Don't
music.
Yeah.
Do you like
insert.
jazz hands?
You like jazz?
Try us.
We've done that one. Oh yeah, toxic social media gurus.
That was it.
Let's try and blast through this one.
Yes, yes. It's basically I was flicking through TikTok. I've deleted it now because I just got sick of the thing for a bit, and I just got sick of these people popping up being, "Hey, you like this thing? You're doing it wrong. You should do it like this." And the next video like, "Hey, that guy was wrong. You should do it like this." It's just the confusing messages and like the falseness of it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like as people we rediscover things all the time, things we already know. And I think with like these internet gurus, we've rediscovered the opinion.
Yeah.
in that there'll be like some fitness guru like, okay, the best way to get incredible abs is you got to do 50 crunches a day and you got to do 50 squats and you got to do this and then there'll be someone being like, okay, so I appreciate this guy's technique, but here's the real way to get abs. It's all about the diet. You have to do intermittent fasting, and then you have to run 50 miles, and then there'll be someone that'll be like, oh, actually, it's pure genetics. You like the only way to get abs is you have to be born with the genetics to have pride abdominal muscles. And then the next person will be like, this guy's totally not natty. He's got ab implants, and it's just like. Every single one of these is totally fine. If it works for you, it works for you. But I guess it's the people that are sharing their opinions online as if it's like gospel fact.
Yeah. I heard one guy go off about broccoli the other day. I was like, that's too much intent for today. The guy's like, broccoli's bad for you, man. I'm like, oh, fuck off.
Well, it's like we've spoken about the Liver King on this show in big detail. I don't know if you know the Liver King.
No, I've not the pleasure.
He's like the beefiest, brisketed man ever. He's got the body of like the Hulk.
Fantastic.
And he's like a gazillionaire, and he has this farm, and he only eats liver and like raw meat and bull testicles.
Holy shit.
And he does things called like barbarian training, where like he'll only eat after he's done like a simulated successful hunt, where he'll like train for like hours and hours and hours and hours,
right.
hungry, and then he'd be like, well, that's me simulating like how a caveman would hunt for a mammoth, and now
God.
I've got my mammoth, so I'm going to eat it. And he does stuff like, the only way you can get big is you gotta eat big, you gotta train big, you gotta eat your liver with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, make sure you get a Liver King's concoction, liver extract, or whatever. Like, always trying to just sell you something.
Oh my God. It's like Alex Jones trying to do fitness, like, the frogs, man.
Yeah. I'm an American. And I'm coming. Have you seen the the indie song that's been made out of Alex Jones quotes?
I think I have, because the water's turning the freaking frogs gay kind of thing. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But there's one, it sounds like a Bon Iver song.
Yeah, no, I've heard
it's
that.
It's all Alex Jones ones, yeah. I've had enough of these people. They literally crawl out holes in the ground. I have it on video.
Sorry, I'm just having flashbacks. Oh, man. Oh.
Yeah. But I think the most toxic kind of internet guru is the ones that are just like, are you depressed? Are you suicidal?
Oh, man,
the only way you can get over it is by taking your shoes off, sticking your feet in the grass, reconnecting to the earth, going for a walk in the woods, getting some sunshine. It's like, yeah, like that's good also, but also like my brain is trying to rip itself out of my skull. Like I'm so fucking miserable. Like touching the grass is not going to take away years of fucking complex PTSD. You shit biscuit.
So you got some trauma? Smell a daffodil. Fuck off.
Yeah. Oh no! I just said shit biscuit.
Shit.
Last episode, me and Ian from Snatch Game talked about
You
those
did?
twee combined swear words. Here I am being a prick.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
dear,
Just-
being a cockwomble.
Oh, man. It's all right. We'll find a guru later and smell some daffodils and walk on some grass and it'll be fine.
I think it's totally fine to say shit biscuit because the brain likes it when you combine swear words with normal words. It's perfectly healthy for the immune system.
This guy's wrong because he got the immune system wrong with the swear words and
It's just the worst. And they're always trying to sell you something. Anyone with an opinion is trying to sell you something. Like, hey, if you got a bad back from years of terrible posture and trauma, like try this back snapping board, and then within 2 days you're gonna be as flexible as a fucking rubber band. Just stop trying to sell me stuff like this bullshit.
It's just constant.
Yeah, there's this one guy on TikTok. This isn't like he's not a guru thing, but he does those things where he starts every video with like, I wish I knew this before I was in my 30s.
Oh, I've seen
And
that
it's just
guy,
him. Yeah, and it's just him be like, this is how you really tie a dressing gown, or like this is how you open this packaging, like, and it's like, well, I've been doing it the wrong way my entire life. This isn't really going to change me in any way. But
so you can't change who I am, man, with your packaging and your fucking.
I didn't realise there were so many wrong ways to do things. I feel like everything we do is wrong.
I mean, that's kind of what the internet's for. It's the Black Mirror, man.
It's mad.
It is, man. I mean, social media is just ridiculous. I mean, I was trying to explain to yourself 20 years ago what TikTok is.
Yeah. I mean, when TikTok came out, I was so like, I'm never going to look at, I'm never going to go on it, I'm never going to indulge. And then I started doing it for my job, and now it's like I can't remove myself from that app.
Yeah, I had to delete it because I just found myself being just sat on the toilet too long. I was just like looking at random videos.
Yeah, where your feet go numb and you've got like red marks on your knees from where your elbows have been resting.
Yeah, not in a fun way. Yeah, it's just
And you're like, all the poo's dried on your bum hole, and it's just staring at its own reflection in the toilet water.
Don't just flush me, damn it! Yeah.
Yeah. I love that visual. Oh yeah, of just like the dirty poo covered bum hole staring at its reflection in the toilet water as you spent 3 hours on TikTok and it's just there, just like nomine, nomino, nomino, nomine. Horrible thing. I mean, like, I don't know why, but part of me thinks I don't want to throw it in the bin just because it's so entertaining to watch these people just rip each other apart. What do you think? Should we flip the slow bro?
We'll flip the slow bro. Yeah. So I got weird excited about that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to
love slow bro.
Grab the bro.
Can't go with the bro, man.
Here he is. There's the bro.
Amazing. Dark slow bro.
Dark slow bro of fate. His main attack is called Fickle Attack.
Fickle Attack.
Which, funnily enough, I never noticed this until way later.
Yeah.
Fickle Attack. Flip a coin. If tails, this damage does nothing. 40 damage. So this damage, like the whole move on the Dark Slow Bro of Fate requires flipping a coin, and I flip him like a coin.
Wow.
Isn't that quite funny?
Now, I must say, for a slow bro, I mean, you think the tail would be like the strongest part of it, so a Fickle Attack would be quite.
Yeah, you'd think that, wouldn't you?
I think it'd be quite,
Oh dear. Right.
Oh dear.
So
Yeah.
heads, he goes in the bin. Pokeball up.
Okay.
Does not.
There we go.
Oh. I dropped on the floor.
No.
But it landed Slowbro up.
Slowbro.
It's going in the bin. So you got 4 for 4.
Oof.
Badang.
Dang, nailed it.
Good job, Harrison. How do you feel about that?
Feeling pretty good, man. I feel like I'm just, like Rocky in Rocky 4. I'm going to shout Adrian for no reason later on. It's going to be beautiful.
Love a bit of Sylvester Stallone.
I can't lie. Me and my friend we binged watched Rocky 1 through till the last one. Didn't try the Creed franchise, and it's the most ridiculous franchise, even more than Rambo, in terms of just storyline.
To me, it's just mad that like he's kind of been roped into like these action stars that can't act. But if you put him in a Rocky film, he's acting his little fucking cock off in those films.
Well, I don't get. But I mean, Rocky 1's an uncomfortable watch in some areas, but I mean, the rest of them is just like America, fist fighting, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to punch people, I'm just a working class man from Philadelphia.
It's like, man, in Rocky 3, for some reason, you didn't know Mickey was Jewish, but he's gone to a Jewish cemetery. He's Irish as well, but it kind of works, man.
Well, it worked for the story, You got to make the emotional story,
Jeez, you've got a great Sylvester Stallone, by the way. Jeez.
Oh man. This is what happens here. Like I spent most of my childhood talking to myself because I had no one to play with, and all that meant was I learnt how to do impressions. But to me, there's nothing cringier than when someone does an impression to me. So I wish I knew how to stop doing it, but like I can't stop.
Yeah, it's okay, man. Just think like Rambo.
Yeah, like Rambo,
I came from Philadelphia. I lost the fight with Apollo, and I was like, going to take out a full village of cops because like they put me in prison, man.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to box, but then I went to Vietnam. I killed everyone.
Oh, that film just my god! Like the last one makes no sense.
Is that where he's just a farmer and people are just coming for him, and he's just like, well, I guess I'll just murder everyone horribly.
Yeah, and then like what pisses me off? Spoiler alert, people. He built like this guerrilla-style militia tunnel system under his farm in Mexico, and then thinks the cartel comes to get him. And then, like, at the end of the film, he's led on, like, rocking in his chair, like, with a bullet wound. You're thinking, oh, well, that's that then. But then the credits come, and the post-credit scene, he fucked off into the hills on a horse. Is he dead? What's going on there?
Yeah, I'm riding my horse now.
I've got to go find Adrian for the turtles, man.
Yeah. I was going to die on my rocking chair, but now I want to die on my horse. But right, we got 4 things in, 4 bins. We had a nice discussion about the equality and civil rights movement in Disney.
Yeah.
Justice for Pluto.
Justice for Pluto.
And I think we've really figured it out. I think we've really gotten to know you more as a person.
Oh, well, hopefully, we'll find Nessie and make it work, and go for a nice double date with Bigfoot. It'd be quite nice. Get some candles.
It's only a matter of time.
Beautiful.
But
That's
anything
about
you
2
want
out
to
of
say to
5.
the people? What's
The
that?
burp was a 2 out of 5, my friend.
Yeah, it wasn't so great. I've been a bit slack on the burps.
Have you?
I used to burp so much that there was like a drinking game. My friend B used to take a sip every time I'd be belching out. But
Yeah.
I think I've become less flatulent recently.
It's okay. Me and my partner, we rate. She's gonna kill me for saying this. We rate our burps. So we go 1 out of 5, and you do that.
Hold on, I feel like I owe the world a really
Nice-
nasty burp.
nice
Hold
and
on, I'm
basic.
gonna give me 1 second. I'm just gonna go get a fizzy water real quick.
Insert the jazz music. Doop 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 doop. Fizzy water.
Right, I'm back. I hate to force it, but
It's
I
okay.
feel like I need
You need to do this.
to give the people what they want. So I'm gonna drink a fizzy water. Drink as much as I can.
Here we go.
All right, let's do this.
Chug, 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 chug. That's a nice burp. That's like the tone, consistency. Go for a 5. I'm being generous today. Go for a 5.
That was a good.
Being
Thanks,
generous,
man.
man. Being generous, yeah.
I couldn't live with a 2 out of 5. I had to go full whammy on it.
Mucho respect there, my friend.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to that, guy. Do you want to let people know what you got coming up?
Yeah, man.
In your life.
So I've got a tour with Tim Holhouse. We're doing a couple of shows. We're playing in Preston, London, Rill, Cardigan, up and down the country. All the dates online, and then doing a second tour 5 days later with Sally Pepper, playing in all the dates online too. Yeah, just gigging my little ginger butt off, doing some shows with our mate Dave. And
Oh, mate.
our mate Dave, he's got many flat caps. He needs more flat caps. Got some full band shows coming up. Just promote the album, really. That's gigging and an album. Stuff.
Everyone go check it out. Everyone go listen to. Go search up Harrison Rimmer on Spotify, YouTube, all that stuff. Listen to the man.
Thank you, really kind.
He's really exciting. I really enjoyed. I like your acoustic stuff, but I really enjoyed the sort of full band stuff you did. It kind of
Thank you.
I don't know why, but it kind of gave me like Springsteen vibes. I don't know if that was what you were intending, but I got like a Springsteen vibe from it.
Springsteen is my god. My question always was walking to the studio, what would Springsteen do? The amount of flannel I bought and cut the sleeves off, you would not believe.
Yeah, but it gave me that kind of vibe. So
Thank you, man.
if that's what you were going
Oh,
for,
yeah.
then it's rubbing off.
Big time. Born to Run was one of the with the album Larcombe. Just a fun fact, I guess. I listened to Born to Run on repeat the entire time. I was like,
Oh, really?
I drive to the studio, so I just think, just that whole record and like the way it was produced, and the fact it was back in the 70s, still sounds great today. I was trying to go for that, because the album covers multiple genres. It goes from like folk to metal to. I tried to do ska but failed miserably because I got a band called the Platitudes.
Mm-hmm.
I got the brass section to play on one of the songs on that album.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and so a song called "Buried in My Dust," and they're playing on there. And it just really, I wanted to make the album interesting because listening habits with Spotify playlists and stuff, keep it
That's cool.
spicy.
Right, yeah, come across. Everyone go listen to it.
Thank you.
Right, I'm sweating my tits off because I got all my windows closed, so I'm going to say cheerio to you, Harrison, and I'm
Toodle
going to
pip,
go
good sir.
cool off. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Sorry, like I said in the beginning, sorry I've been a bit inconsistent. Life's been mental. I'm moving house in a couple of weeks. I'm moving in with Sniff, as in Alex Smith, Sniff, and then Shannon from Monolith in the Bobby Funk. We're all living in a big house share. So, and the internet's a bit spotty, but I'm, going to continue to try and be consistent. I've got Wonk Fest this weekend and Attitude Fest, so I'm going to hopefully try and grab as many people there as I can. I got another big festival coming up on my birthday, which I can't even say because it's not announced yet, but I'm going to try and grab a few people there too. So lots of cool stuff coming up. Cheers for being patient. Check out the Patreon if you can. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Cheers, Harrison.
Thank you very much for having me, dude.
Bye-bye.
Toodles.
Hey guys, it's me, Big Tasty. I just wanted to say cheers for listening to this week's episode, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed making it. Now, if you feel so inclined, you should come check out my Patreon page. You can sign up for as little as £1 a month and you get weekly exclusive video tier lists and monthly mail-outs with things such as stickers and fabric patches, zines and art prints. Hey, and if you can't spare the money right now, I totally understand. No pressure. I'm going to keep making episodes regardless. But if you can support financially, it really helps the show. Just keep moving on. And then another way you can help is just to follow us on stuff like Twitter and Instagram at Seaman Podcast and share it around to people that you think might like this filthy shit. Anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you. And I'll see you next week.